Well, I'm here. Is everybody else here? Hello, hello. Monday, new week, last week of the summer. Last week of the summer, guys. I'm excited. You know what? I'm actually a person who's excited for fall. And I really like the fall and, just this transition end of August to September. I feel like there's some freshness to it. Like we're going through a different season. I don't know. I've always associated it with the start of the school year. Even as a child, for me, it was like the end of something. So the end of it was never like December 31st. It was the end of summer and starting in September. Hi. We're going to give everybody about 1 more minute maximum to join because I was 1 minute late. Then we're going to talk about this. So I was saying end of summer, last week of summer, and then we're going into the fall. And I was meditating on this yesterday, and I put it on the Facebook group. What came to me that it is the manifestation for everybody in this group for this week is you're going to encounter a door or something like a door-like structure, okay, in your 3D world. This is not going to be online on the internet. It's going to be something you can pass through. Now, when you see this structure, this is this week's manifestation for everybody. When you see this structure, you're going to think of this new you, the new you that's working on the 60-day challenge, the new you that, I always tell you guys when you get the 60-day challenge, ask yourself how your life would be different now that you have your manifestation. So you're going to see the new you before you enter this door. You're going to see her on the other side of this door. And then as you see her or him at the other side of the door, you look at their life and they have this whatever it is you want, whatever it is you see yourself. Sometimes it's not an object that you want, but a relationship, but a lifestyle, but it's sort of like a fulfilling business, children, whatever it is you want. So this person who is you on the other side of the door, take a moment, look at the door, see them. Like this could take like 2 seconds, and then see them turn away from you. And as they turn away from you, they're waiting for you to enter. So as you enter this portal, this door, you're going to meet them, just see them right in front of you, and you're going to meet them and you're going to mesh with them, right? This has to be a physical door in your physical world. So you take 2 to 3, 5 seconds to envision this on the other side of the door. And how are you going to recognize this door? You're going to recognize this door because it will be something out of the ordinary. Obviously, it's not your house doors. It's not, a door in a restaurant necessarily. I just don't want to give you more ideas about what it cannot be because I want to let it come to you. It's door or door-like. So that's the exercise. I want to make sure everybody understands it. And when you manifest this door, please put the story on the Facebook group. This will be basically our most important manifestation challenge of the group of so far. Okay? Because this group started maybe, I want to say like middle of May. And what we've done since then is we've done all this prep work over the summer in planting the seeds and going to envision a new life. But now that September is starting, that for me, it's always been a time of renewal, that we have our fast this week for projection. Like we're going to a different level, and the different level will be, like I said, you're going through a portal, you're changing yourself, and this different level the challenges will no longer be a horse, a turtle, whatever else we'll be playing and having fun with in the summer. The group is called Circle Infinity on Facebook. You have to join it on my bio first before you can go in, and you have to do the 60-day challenge. The price for this is very nominal. I do this in order to grow my own energy, grow the energy of the group. I show up 3 days a week. Please, I want to show you my consistency should be an inspiration in itself, because this is how consistent you have to be about this work. So if you want to join the 60-day challenge, everything is in my bio. Now, let's talk a little bit about the fasting that we're doing this week. So on Wednesday is the last fast of the summer. We've done 3 weeks in a row. On Wednesday, 2 Wednesdays ago was a release fast where we didn't eat meat. Last Wednesday was an essence fast where we absorbed the essence of plants and minerals from juices and other elements like a miso soup. And then this week, we're going projecting, where we're not eating anything, we're cleansing our energetic body, and we're projecting our desires forward into the fall. I want to make sure people are aligned with that. Who's doing the water fast with me this week? I know on my Facebook group, they might not be on this live, but on my Facebook group, I know I have like at least 15 takers. So, you know, I hope I'm not going to be alone. But if I'm alone, that's okay. I know I'm not alone. Okay, Meredith's in. At least one person's in, Romaine's in. Okay, good. Wonderful. I have to also tell you guys on every live, just for a few seconds, I have scammer accounts. I can't do anything about that. I just block them. So if anybody messages you on my behalf with my picture and my videos, just block them. They're not me. Make sure you're on the right account. You know, my account has, I don't know, 40,000 something followers. These accounts have like 20, 30 followers, 200 followers. So just make sure it's just not me. I never message anybody. We're clear on the door, we're clear on the fast, we're clear on the scam. I'm talking fast because we have a lot of material today, huh? So I've seen an interesting question here. Alexandra says, is God the source of our consciousness, the creator, as I like to call God? Yes, I have a video on this. And my belief is, as the creator, there's the formless substance out of which we create. He left here for us to create. He structured the world in such a way, this game, the simulation, whatever you want to call it. And then there's us. And we access this technology that God has made for us. The technology in itself is neutral, but God is not neutral. God is pure love and pure love. We are individuated pieces. We are the infinite consciousness experiencing infinite possibilities in infinite ways via finite beings, which is us. And because we're finite, we can express back to the creator this infinite array of experiences. Let's see. Change of topic. I have been weaning off caffeine to prepare for this. I'm on 3 coffees a day. I don't know how I'm going to do the water fast, or how I'm going to feel, rather. I know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because I can do anything. I can tell my body to do anything. This is how I know I'm on the right path to control my mind. Because if I can't control my body, I definitely can't control my mind. But if I control my body, I have a chance of controlling my mind. So when I say I don't know how I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it 100%. I just don't know how my body is going to feel. I'm going to tell it. You have 24 hours of not drinking coffee, not just drinking water. And afterwards, I'm going to feed you. I'm going to take you out. I'm going to give you some sushi. I'm going to give you your favorite food. I'm going to give you a beauty treatment. I'm going to get you a massage. But between now and between Wednesday morning and Thursday, you're going to do what I want. Get it? Because I'm not my body. I speak to my body. That's how I set my weight to a certain weight. I speak to my body. Like you train an animal, right? Oh no, somebody has COVID. They can't do the fasting. I'm sorry to hear that. How many days is just one day? The fasting is just one day? Yes, fasting makes manifestation so quick and easy. The day I fasted last Wednesday, I had 2 immediate manifestations. They weren't like big deals. There were things that were in my mind and immediately came to me as I was thinking about them. That, it would be nice to have this. It just like happened the same day. The no caffeine fast, also without food. Yeah, so this Wednesday we're doing water only fast. We've been prepping the last 2 Wednesdays. It's water only. That's what's happening with the fast. Oh my God, I'm excited about it. Can you do the water fast anytime? Oh, so the reason we do it together, right? Because we're doing manifestation in a group and we're adding to the group energy. At the end of each of these Wednesdays, we do a specific meditation where we sit down and recite something together and project together. So we release together, we absorb the essence together, and now we're going to project together, like to amplify our energy. The manifestation, the meditation will be posted on the Facebook group. I want to say like the day before. I have to like let it come to me, right? If you guys know, none of everything I put out is me sitting there and intellectually thinking, what content am I going to put out? It's all like information that comes to me and I allow it. So I want to give you guys nothing rehearsed. It's going to be sort of there. No, I don't post on Insta, and I only post for my group. All right. So I want to get into the material. The way I do the material is I collect some comments or whatever comes during the week. And then, you know, if I feel it's beneficial to the group, I address it, I save it, and I address it together. There's this queen in our group. Okay, I got to tell you, this is really interesting. So there's this queen in our group that part of our 60-day challenge is we're doing our life in images. And everybody, of course, has a different image board and vision board, depending on what it is they want. But it's all sort of consistent with the same theme, right? Everybody wants a spouse, love, children, engagement ring, a big house, money in the bank, travel, you know, just the standard things that people want. And so this queen is the only queen in our group. When I got her vision board, I was confused because it was none of this. It was all sorts of random little things, like little, I don't know, just random elements, right? So I said, like, what's this, you know? And she says, well, this is this thing that I saw on a sale in the store, and you know, I couldn't afford to buy it, but somehow I'm putting it here because I want to buy it. And so from this queen, I received like now the 4th testimonial. Oh, I was able to get this, and I was able to get this, and I was able to get this. And then I realized this is a really interesting idea. And the idea is, you know, if your mind needs to adjust, and if you want to manifest on a daily basis and grow your confidence in yourself and in your skills, this is a great way to start, right? So I wanted to share that with you. If you saw something like just yesterday, she's like, oh, my dreams are coming true. There's this thing that, you know, costs $1,200. And I said, I can only buy it for $400. And it turns out I bought it for $300, you know, but it's been there and I knew somehow it would be mine. And I was like, oh my God, this is such a cool idea. If anybody wants to practice that this week, especially as we're projecting, pick one small item that you want, something small. Okay, you've been meaning to buy, I don't know, Dyson, you know, and a Dyson hair dryer, and it's not on sale. Put it on your vision board. Let's see what happens as we're doing this work. You know, it doesn't only have to be millions of dollars and engagement rings and things like that. Let me know if you decide to try this and see what happens. Let me know what happened to your small item element. All right. I want to get into reading what came in. And then if you guys have anything, I have some concepts that I want to discuss, such as reading people's energy. This week, I'm going to sort of do energetic discussions about the energy body, because the energy body is the source of where we manifest from. I just posted a video. I had a client who had massive energy blockages, and we were able to clear some, and you know, she's much further along because of that. But then I was like, I've never really done a video on energetic blockages, so I just did one now. If you want to go review it, I think it's you know, and then I was like, I need to talk more about this. I talk about energetic scaffolding and how it affects our physical body, like in terms of appearance, but I want to talk more about what's happening in there. Okay, so this queen says, I'm gonna take them, I have about six, 7 of them. How would you handle someone trying to make you jealous on purpose? I'm trying to live on my end, but it's hard. Okay, so here's the thing. As you're doing this work, as you're quieting the inner noise inside of you, because this is what this work is about, right? You're quieting the inner, when you're in the noise, you don't really understand why people around you make you feel the way they make you feel. You just think it's something wrong with you. I have something to process. This is how it's always been. But when you quiet the noise and you start doing this work, you will see the truth of what is really happening. You will see the truth of people, you know, like this queen is saying, purposely trying to make you jealous, right? So when you see that happen, know that it's your energy reading their energy. This happens all the time, by the way, right? This is what sort of this question made me think I don't talk enough about energy. But when you're across from a person, your energy system, it's not even you doing it, is reading their energy system. So the moment something makes you feel uncomfortable, It makes you feel like you can't be yourself. You can't share too much because they're like, going to try to make you jealous. You can't, you want something, you share that with them. They tell you about how they have that thing and what is wrong with you that you don't have that thing. That is all about your energetic system rejecting, telling you to stay away from this person. Right? If you don't listen to your energy system, maybe it's your sister, maybe it's your mother, maybe it's your boss, maybe it's not somebody you can simply cut out of your life. But what I'm telling you is this: preferably you distance yourself from them. Second, you can't share anything about what you're doing and your inner work with them. Third, move to the place where you are the observer of what is happening, right? So if in that moment you're stuck, because let's say it's your boss and you're stuck like on a chair across from her, listening to her telling you about her amazing life, distance yourself and be like, okay, I am choosing not to energetically entangle with this person, with her story, with what she's saying. Or if it's something that she says that you're thinking, wow, I wish I had that. Is she trying to make me jealous? Just say in your mind, what has been done for her can be done for me, right? If you feel that jealous feeling coming to you, right, able to penetrate you, the energy of jealousy, just say, okay, I'm acknowledging I'd like the same thing that she has. So because of that, I know for a fact, if it was possible to be done for her, it shall be done for me. This is where I want you to stay energetically. Preferably, when your energy system is recognizing that the other person is producing noise inside your energy system, preferably you have very little contact with them. Now remember, when you're growing on this path, you won't be able to take the majority of people around you with you. You will meet new people. If you reject this concept, your life will not be able to change too much. Right? Because as you're shifting energetically, and only by shifting energetically, by cleansing things from your energy aura, by this constant and perpetual growth that you're inviting, only by that your life can move forward. And if you don't do that, right? If 7 people are close to you right now that are all talking about politics, talking about the economy, talking about everything that's not working, talking about how their body's failing, talking about how, I don't know, people are getting more and more problems, talking about how relationships don't work, all men suck. If you have the 7 people around you, it's like, when you guys know the story with the crabs, right? Like if you put crabs in a bucket of water, they can all jump out, but if one tries to jump out, the other crabs grab it and pull the crab back. That's what happens with the crabs. So it's the same thing. If you have those 7 crabs and you're trying to escape this bucket and they're just pulling you down, you won't be able to. Make peace in your mind that existing structures are going to crumble. Make peace in your mind because they have to. And when they crumble, they're like, great, there's something better out there for me. Let's see. I just wanna... What when SP tries to make you jealous on purpose? Your SP tries to make you jealous on purpose? You gotta cut the SP completely. You have to block them. The SP, if you have an SP that you want to be with, your work is about you. Go through my list, Manifest SP, to understand what the SP work is all about. And until he or she returns to you, whatever it is that your self-concept reflects of you, until then, they stay on the edges of your life. If you don't want to block them, don't block them, but don't observe them in their current life. Okay? When the SP tries to make you jealous on purpose, do not have contact with them. Distance yourself from them, knowing for a fact that him or better will come right back to you if you do this work. See, guys, I want to say something about... this is sort of a corollary to what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the SPs. The SPs are generally an ex. Generally, okay? Sometimes they're people you work with or friends or that you want to get with, but they're generally an ex. And the thing is, when it's an ex and you've been with them for 3-4 years, 2-3 years, when they don't return to you, you're in the relationship or the semi-quasi relationship, when the SP, who's an ex, doesn't return to you what you want out of them, your first instinct will be to invest in them further, will be to come to these teachings and to come to this work trying to make the SP conform to whatever it is you've invested in them. Why? Because when you're investing in someone and you know for a fact in the last 2-3 years you put your love, your energy, maybe you made sacrifices to be with them or to give them something that maybe you take away from some other important aspect of your life to give to them. Okay, and when you see that they don't only not giving that back, okay, but you've invested right now, but they not only not giving that back, but they even say, what do you mean you've given me that? What's your problem? I didn't ask you to give me that. That was your choice. You chose to be, you chose, like, I have no obligation towards you. Everything that you've done. I didn't force you to do any of these things. Okay, I would have been okay with or without whatever you were doing for me. And you know for a fact that's not true, right? Because you've invested and you helped this person and you've given them your time, your energy when they were low, your body, you've invested in them. That in you will create a sense of, it's easier to accept maybe the fact that you think, I now need to throw more of my investment. I now need to go see who's teaching spell, manifestation, see who's teaching. I need to invest more of my time to not lose my investment, okay? Which is a lie. It's a lie. You're accepting this lie. In fact, you should never approach this work with this mindset. What you should approach it, but I understand why people do. They do because it is so hard to process losing that part of yourself that's invested in this man, that's invested in this woman. It's like saying goodbye to that part of yourself. But this is what you have to do. You have to, the way they say in business, you have to cut your losses. You have to, but it's very difficult to internalize saying goodbye to, the you that's given 2-3 years to somebody. Because of that, you're throwing in more resources and it's snowballing into not working and not working and not working. And I'm talking to people like that every day, so I know what I'm talking about, right? And that's exactly what's happening. And if I tell them to cut their losses, they're like, no, because I'm afraid if I block, if I stop contact, he's gonna move on. Well, he's not returning to you anything on your investment. In fact, it's eating away from your investment. It's eroding your self-esteem. It's eroding your life force. Get it? And you're throwing more at it. So come to this work, come to watch manifestation, come to learn about how to purge your energy system of whatever archetype that's created this life scenario in your mind. Come to this work, put him aside. Put that part of you aside. That piece of your heart, put it aside for now. It's like putting it in a jar, lock it away. Maybe it will be gone and you'll be able to grow a new heart. But you cannot bring it back by putting more hearts, because you might be left with nothing or zero in the end. Okay? So come to this work for you, and say, the version of the SP that matches my investment or someone better will return, will be brought into my life. The moment you ask, it is given. But whatever true information, I talked about this in my video today, whatever true information comes from the source cannot penetrate your energy system. It can't, because it's blocked. It's blocked by all this residual pain, trauma. You're swimming in a dirty pool, like I said in my video. You can't. You're just throwing more resources at it. And anything new that is trying to come through has no place to sit here at all. That's the story with the SP. All right, let's move on to the next. So I posted a video, I want to say Thursday or Friday. It went kind of viral. It was about how to understand that your source of money, in this case of money, but it's the case with anything else, is not your job, not your spouse, not your parents, not the government, not the lottery, not your business, but it's the creator, right? The source is the creator. That's why the source is infinite. That's why when people are able to tune into the field, they can return immediate and unexpected money results. We all know people like that. We've all know people who've done it. If you ask them, people who drew a lot of business success, let's even put aside lottery wins, people who drew a lot of business success or large sums of money, they can't really tell you exactly step by step how they did it, because it's always some, guys, please don't call me, I don't take calls during my life, because it's always some crazy unexpected set of circumstances that unfold that, you know, kind of brings it to them. All they did is they tune into this field, right? So I done this video about to recognize God, the creator, is the source of all your good. And I got a lot of comments, right? So when you think of the sources not being one of the known sources, you open up more sources. That was the point of that video. And I got some interesting comments I want to read. So this guy says, this happened to me too. I actually won the lottery doing this. Wasn't much, but it's the point that something told me 4 of the 6 numbers. I won $100 from the 1 billion that was available. The 2 numbers I missed was an accident when I wrote them down. So he got the other 2 numbers too, but he wrote them down incorrectly. And if he was to think about it, it was like almost like a similar number. I want to tell you that I believe this guy. I've done number downloads with which I've won nothing like 5-6 figures, right? But like 4-figure lottery wins. And I know exactly what he's talking about. And in that time when I've done it, I felt it wasn't coming from my own mind. Right? So when you open yourself, if you haven't watched the video, please go and watch it. It's called Unexpected Money. I want everybody to do some work in connecting with the field. If you guys don't know me, my work is heavily inspired by Dr. Joe Dispenza's teachings. I've been a student of his for a long time. I have no affiliation with him. I went to a seminar of his last year. I was told to do the 60-day challenge and to put it out there. And I thought of it for a while and I did it like 4 or 5 months later. But it's completely changed my life. And one of the meditations I'm doing from him right now, his meditations are not easy and they're not free also, is called Changing Boxes. And in this meditation, Changing Boxes is all about seeing your reality as a box and connecting with the field in which all of the other boxes exist, right? This all has to do with quantum physics and how changing one thing could create a different reality, right? But you don't know the how, you don't know what to change. So the only thing you can do is connect to this field and you'll jump into the box that you want to live in, right? Because your intelligence is not sufficient to understand what you need to do to get from point A to point B. And although, let me make this visual, but the meditation is called Changing Boxes. If anybody wants to try it, I've been doing it for the last few days. I'm going to do it for 30 days. You have 2 points. Okay, so let's say this is A and this is B. And from A to B, the shortest distance between 2 points is this line, right? So let's say point A is where you are right now, and point B is you owning, I don't know, a 4-bedroom home. And if you go this path, you can accomplish it. And based on how much you earn and how much you could go up in your career is going to take you, 10, 20 years, whatever is going to take you. But we all know what the linear path is, right? But what happens when you change boxes and you connect to the field, the shortest distance between, sorry about my nails, the shortest distance between 2 lines becomes this. Because what happens now, you know how to go along the line, but you don't know how to do this, or how to do this, or how to shorten it like this. So this is sort of where the mindset shift is. The mindset shift is, if you try to do it linear, you can. It's just going to take a long time. A lot of people do it, like the majority of the world does it in linear. Bending reality, yeah, but you're not the one who's bending it. Where do I get these meditations? I have purchased them from Dr. Joe Dispenza. And I have a few of them. I have like 5 or 6 of them. I cannot share them, obviously. It's his intellectual property. It's called Changing Boxes. Some of these meditations are available on YouTube, but the Changing Boxes, it's a shorter version, and it cuts off right in the middle of where, it just cuts off, right? So, because everything's available for purchase. So I'm not saying, purchase it, don't purchase it, but I'm telling you what I'm doing right now, because, in my group, I want to share as much knowledge, as much information that I have that's helped me. Again, I am a manifester of everything in my life, and I wouldn't get on this platform, on this system, and try to teach people unless I was able to accomplish these things that I say, that I talk about. So that was, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, the lottery. Yeah, because he connected to the source and got his download. And I'm saying, I believe him, and it's possible. Okay. Somebody else said on the same video, true story, I said a prayer about this, and a job that I got, but I never went to, pay me twice in 1 month. I never did one single work for that company. So in that month, I got paid twice from the job I canceled, and again from the new job I actually started. God is definitely the source. Yeah, I love this, because I personally know a woman who got paid twice recently in the last, I think like maybe 3 months ago. She got paid twice on a project, and it was a quite significant amount. But, and then the company didn't say anything. Like, I keep following up with them. I'm like, they asked you for the money back. She's like, no. They paid her twice, because she was contemplating on unexpected money, and she's part of the challenge. She was doing the challenge. Yeah. Things you haven't contemplated can happen. Can happen. Rita says, I received unexpected money twice last week. I was so happy. Yeah. The more you think about how it's going to come to you, the least likely it is that it will come that way. And you're closing other avenues via which it can come. Watch my video on unexpected money, because there's a reason why it got so popular. I think this concept clicked for a few people. I was referencing little line from Dr. Joseph Murphy. I love these old guys, they lived in like late 1800s. They were born, and through the 30s and 40s and 50s, the world was definitely harder, and they were manifesting this incredible things in their lives. There's a few women as well, Bernadette, I forget her last name, and Florence Schiff. These are thinkers that lived sort of 1800s to early 1900s that contributed a lot to this work. Neville, of course, but these are sort of more of the power of the subconscious mind. Neville works better for literal manifestors like me. But I didn't, with Neville, I was manifesting once. I was like, it would be nice to wear a nice ring on my finger to be married. And then I found a wedding ring on the ground. It's not what I meant. So he's a very literal type manifester, and he'll bring that forth unless you're very, very clear on what you want. Right? Okay. Where were we? These are all sorts of topics, so I want to see what I want to read. Okay, I also posted a video about how you should drive the area where they have homes that you want to live in. And somebody said, I walked my dog past these houses and they drive the car I want. And I said, perfect. Was you driving past something that you want? Just like in the case of the queen with the jealousy comment. I said, perfect. Ask the universe. Tell the universe what the universe arranged for another, it can arrange for me. What the universe, never look at somebody with jealousy, right? Never look at somebody with sort of being like they didn't deserve to get there. The universe does not return what you deserve. And, if you're to sort of analyze yourself, you'll probably realize that based on what you've been taught and religiously and everything, whatever we define a good person, you have flaws. And in your mind, there's a portion of you that feels you don't deserve. The people you think don't deserve, who live in those houses that cost like $5 million, they don't think they don't deserve. Sure, they don't deserve based on your criteria. That's the criteria you place on yourself. You think if you did the things they did, you wouldn't deserve. But they don't think that. And remember, the creator, okay, formless substance is neutral, and us, they're just accessing formless substance, drawing, whatever, creating, shaping, whatever they want. They not for a second thinking they're not deserving. Get it? That's the difference. Okay. I have a couple more. This queen says, are you aware that there are dark forces in this matrix? And are you aware that we're here to collapse it and exit it? It's not all about manifesting. So I generally don't talk about too many metaphysical things on my life, because I want to keep my account practical teaching advice on how to improve your life. Okay, my goal is to help people improve their mindset, improve their lives. But sometimes people are contemplating, like, are you aware that there's these dark forces in this matrix that don't want our evolution? Of course, I am aware of that. I am aware of many, many metaphysical things that I don't talk about. And, you know, there's that saying, you can never conquer your demons. You can just learn to live above them. That's all. We're not here. It's not a battle between us and them, right? It would be an absolute, the biggest ego thing is for people to think they are at the top of the food chain in this world, in this matrix. Okay, maybe they are at the top of the food chain in the physical 3D, right? Because of their intellect, and they can have dominion over nature and animals and what have you. Although we know when nature really wants to go against people, we stand no chance, right? The fires and the floods and tsunamis and earthquakes and whatever. But let's say we have enough intelligence, we're the top of the food chain, but we are definitely not the top of the food chain. Between us and God, there's who knows how many levels of other creation. Okay, of other energy beings, some positive, some negative, some, you know, and of course I am aware that they are in this matrix. But here's the thing, even though they may be more powerful than us, the only way they can access us, and you know this because it's in every religion, it's in every teaching, it's in every, like, if they're negative and they just want to destroy us, and they could, they would have, right? But they can't. And the only way they can is by us giving them our free will. You heard this since you were born. It's your free will. It's the gift from God, right? The creator created the formless substance for you to impose your free will and bring forth whatever it is you want. Now, when a baby is born and he has no information about this world, their free will is just to survive and thrive, right? And if you take care of them in 3D, right? So nothing bad can happen to them. That's exactly what they will do. But what happens to that baby as they grow up is new and new layers of information are introduced in their energy system. And those layers of information are disconnecting them further and further from the formless substance. Not all babies are raised that way. I really believe there's people in this world that really know what's going on. They're raising their kids very differently. They're raising their kids to believe they can do anything. And and if you watch some interviews from the 80s, maybe early 90s with the 45th president of the United States, the stuff that he says in there, the way he speaks to himself and the way he speaks about himself, whether you like him or you hate him, it's like almost he has this knowledge, and he probably did, on how to bring forth this future. Right? Because he will not deviate in his self-image. He will not deviate into the talk, into what is meant, into what is, he's just accessing this formless substance and he's creating. He's like, I think like him and Oprah are probably the biggest two manifestors, like celebrity-wise of our times. But I think there's a lot, maybe bigger ones that we don't see, that are not public. And they're raising their kids very, very differently from the way we're raising our children. And I want to tell all the parents on this live, you teach your kids early on about how this world really works, how their reactions contribute to their results. how they actually have the power to, in a bad economy, in a bad political situation, in maybe born in poverty, to succeed. And now, thankfully, we have a lot of examples that have transcended their life circumstances. Circumstances do not matter. We have a lot of examples in the world, in celebrities, in people who have done this. I want you to have your kids focused on the people who transcended their circumstances and tell them they can as well. And of course, you have to be an example on how they can. That's what I would have to say about the negative forces. You don't know. The second part of her question is, are you aware that we're here to collapse the matrix and exit? I'm not sure that that is the case or not. That's just a speculation we have. Like I said, I believe we are infinite, like we are finite pieces of an infinite creator that wants to experience everything. But he gave us a free will into, if we don't want to experience that, to return it back to the source. The game is fair in a way. Like if I don't want to experience pain, I can just go back giving a good experience, right? He didn't say, here's a finite piece of me and you will experience perpetual pain. It's just saying, I want to experience everything. Choose. But you still have, while you're in that experience, you still have the choice to disconnect from it. And the choice to disconnect from it is not necessarily to exit the matrix and, I don't know what she means, like pass away or, but the idea is you don't know why the game was made. Don't assume we're here to collapse the matrix. It's just a human assumption. Maybe we're not here to collapse the matrix. Why would you assume that? Right? But I am aware there are dark forces and there are many elements of creation that are different from us. And I'm also don't feel that we are at the top of the food chain. And that's okay. It doesn't mean we can't live a wonderful life. It's okay. I generally stay away from these topics, but I guess they're of interest to some people. If you guys are my followers and you don't like these topics, just let me know and I won't do them again. There's a lot of creators on the internet that talk about them if you're more into that line of thought. Okay, here's another interesting question. It's along the same line. Why is everything, it's not really the same, but why is everything in the world made you to prevent, sorry, it's not grammatically correct, but it says, why is everything in the world made to prevent you from manifesting is if the universe is your reflection? And this has to do with, like we covered this, but I want to talk more about the universe being your reflection. The universe that's reflecting, the game is set up mechanically. Okay? It's set up mechanically. So she's saying, why is there elements that's trying to prevent you from manifesting? The game is set up mechanically such that if enough negative information is inserted in your energetic field, you have a limit in what you can bring forth in this world. Now, there are forces and maybe there are people, okay, what is called the elites that set up this game, that know the rules of this game and purposely train people into these limitations, right? From our schooling system to whatever it is conspiracy theories talk about. Because we can only manifest the information in our energetic system. Now, of course, if some people are somewhere in life where they own half the world, they don't really want other people to rise up, right? That wouldn't be in their best interest. That's just common sense. So the universe is our reflection, yes, but it's the reflection of everything that's been inserted into our energy system up to now. And who's inserted that? It's people or forces who are trying to prevent you from destabilizing the system that they have in place nicely for themselves. Get it? So when you see the universe reflecting a bad experience, don't assume that's somebody trying to prevent you from manifesting. Assume there's something in your energy system that, yes, maybe it was placed there for somebody else, because 80% of your thoughts are not even your own thoughts, right? They're based on other people's thoughts and line of thinking. Okay. But the universe is reflecting perfectly. If you've had something positive or negative happen, it's a perfect reflection of something that's going on inside of you, the noise, the quiet, the quiet, like if you had something positive, the connection that you have right now, the residual energy that's in your energy system from pain and trauma, it's a perfect reflection of you. If you don't like it, scan the energy system and see where you can improve. This is what my whole account and my whole teachings are about. Always, always transcending, cleansing our energy system and going to the next level. That's what we're doing here. So I hope that was clear. I have one more. Then I want to take maybe a couple of questions if there is. Okay, so this screen says, I've been seeing someone for the last few months that I really do like, but he doesn't show up in the ways I want him to show up. I recognize this and still have chosen to give him my time and energy. I know letting go will be hard for me since I do have a really nice connection, but I don't want to waste any more of my time if he's not in it for the long term. When you're manifesting your SP, do you recommend having a talk with the person currently in your life and tell them it's no longer going to work out? Or do you shift your focus without a talk and they either fall away or rise up to meet you? So, Queen, first of all, I want to be very clear about something. If he doesn't show up in the ways you want him to show up, because that was your leading statement. And then you say, I recognize this and still have chosen to give him my time and energy. You are now training and adding to the paradigm in your mind, saying this is not really what I asked for, but I'm accepting it. So now your energy field is saying, this is what I asked for. Get it? Because it's blind. It doesn't think, oh, we're doing this for now. It's like, okay, I thought I was, a little bit, I deserve more, or I'm a little bit higher than that. But this is what's being returned to me, rejection or being ignored or, so this is where I'm at. So your energy system is saying, this is where I'm at. So the moment you get what you accept, not because, oh, you get what you accept, but because this is the information that's being inscribed in your energy system. But not only do you get what you accept, even if you leave him, it's very likely the next person you attract is going to be exactly the same. Because now you have set your energy system to say, I am accepting this as long as there is a connection. What does connection mean? Like, you really like touching him? I don't understand what this connection is. As a woman, it kind of makes me mad. How can I have a deep connection with somebody that doesn't show up for me? How can I just say, hey, body, you have a deep connection because the other person smells nice and I like his hands on me, but he treats us like shit. But we have no. No. So if you're saying, I know he doesn't show up for me. Now, it's more problematic for people who don't know that that's not a relationship that they should be having, right? So that woman who's constantly treated bad, but she feels like it's her normal state of mind. Like it's just normal. All men are like that. It's just normal. I just have to accept, who knows, getting slapped once in a while. I have to, this is where it's at. Now for that person, it's really not, it's not the same as for a person that knows that they shouldn't be treated that way and accepts it. It's more of a problem for the second person. Okay. Because the first person, in their ignorance, they're so far from their ideal or from they're living their archetype. But if you know you're capable of better and you're tolerating less, that one's on you. Get it? So now you're asking a practical question. And the practical question is, should you have a talk with them? Or should you shift your focus and maybe they will return differently or not? You can do both. Right? You can have a talk with them, but what you cannot do is you cannot continue your investments, giving to them and giving them your body, giving them your energy, your thought process, and your time. So if you don't want to have a talk with them, if they're ignoring you, they're not showing up the way you want. Okay. When they text you and say, hey, what's up? What are you doing Saturday? You just don't reply. Right? So that's, you're just shifting your focus. You're not hoping they will change. You're shifting your focus, and you don't have to have a talk with them, or you can have a talk with them and say, I'm not feeling like, based on where I'm at right now in my life and what I would like, I'm not feeling like this is it. Now, don't ask for anything. Okay? Because if you ask for something, oh, I need you to call me 3 times a day and I need you to return, he might do it for a while, but it might be a forced manifestation because he still like to sleep with you, right? So that's not what you're asking. Just say, I'm not feeling like it's where it needs to be, and it doesn't match where I'm going in life with my life partner. I'm ready for a life partner. I have a lot to offer a man, and I'm not feeling like my energy here is being returned at this current moment in time. Maybe you need more time, but and then just start ignoring him and see. Now, if he comes back in full force and be like, holy shit, this woman's right. I'm not, but what you cannot do is not ignore him, work on yourself, but still sleep with him. Like that doesn't work. That's just like confusing. You can't do that. You cannot be with somebody you recognize doesn't meet your needs until they meet your needs. Because the moment you recognize they don't meet your needs, if you accept it in your energy system, you're writing, these are my new needs. My new needs is to be ignored, is to be rejected, is to be put second. Do you guys grasp this? How do I start with all this when I want to restart? I'm feeling very lost. Are you talking about the 60-day challenge that we're doing that's in my bio, or what are you talking about, restart? The point, that's sort of the summary of this live, because I feel like a lot came to me and it was an important one, is you manifest whatever the information has been deposited in your energetic system. And when the SP or somebody else doesn't return to you your investment, your first instinct will be to invest more because you don't want to lose that part of yourself. So we talked about this. The other thing we talked about is that you will be able to read people right away. And if you quiet yourself, your response to them, if you're not comfortable around them, if they're making you jealous, if they're making you feel something negative, if they're making you compete, if their competition is not natural, by the way, only cooperation is natural. Don't look at the animal kingdom and all that, okay? Because we are spiritual beings. And you don't need to compete for anything in this world. So if anybody's making you feel that way, you need to distance yourself from that person's situation, or you need to just observe. If you can't distance yourself, observe what's happening right now without intertwining your energy with their energy. And don't worry about the dark forces of this world and the elites. And if you stay small, okay, I tell you, if you get yourself $10 million and a person who loves you and a nice family, everybody will leave you alone. If you're aiming to have $200 billion and circulate in this world and do who knows what and have power, they will notice you. And they will pay attention and things will be different. But if you just want a good life, this is what I'm teaching here. A good life. You don't even need 10 million. It's like, you need to be financially secure with a person that you love, with a nice family, joy in your heart. You have some pets, travel a few times a year. If you just want that, that can be done and no negative force is going to stand in your way. You're too small. Too small. Only if you're searching for power, they will pay attention. Okay. What's this queen said? I've been trying to manifest something for years. It's not working. What am I doing wrong? Watch the video I posted today on energy blockages. I would love to hear the same concept when looking at a job instead of the SP at some point. Okay. Tell me more about this job. Send me an email and tell me the concept for the job and I'll talk about it. I'm so thankful for you. I'm thankful for you guys. Can you explain more about the door? Okay. One more thing about the door before we go. This week, our group is manifesting a physical door. It has to be physical in your 3D or a door-like element. I don't want to give more details. It has to be a door-like, right? It can be something even natural, okay? Made of, I don't know, stones or, it just needs to be something you walk through and you feel like you passed into this new dimension. Now, when you see it, you'll recognize that is your door. It will be like a moment like, this is it. It will be an unusual. It's not like your regular door. Okay? And when you pass through it, you're going to, before you pass through it, you're going to imagine your new life, the new life or the new you, whatever it is you put in the 60-day challenge that you're manifesting. You're going to see you living that life. The you that's in there is then going to turn their back at you and just wait for you to catch up. You're going to pass through the door with intention to mesh with them. And then you're going to overlap with that new version of you. Make sure she has different clothes. She has maybe different hair. She has that, you know, she's you, but there's something about her that has to be better than what you have right now. Whatever your definition of better is. Maybe there's a wonderful man standing next to her. Maybe there's a baby that she's pushing in a stroller. Maybe she's just more physically beautiful, slimmer, longer hair, whatever it is. You're just going to do this. And in that moment, you're going to know. Post it on Facebook when it happens. Thank you, guys. What is the best thing to do after you received news? It's late to talk about health, but we can talk about that tomorrow because I only have like a couple more minutes. I always say dark forces are not my business. I'm enjoying life. Yes. You can never conquer the demons. You can learn to live above them. When you live above them, they can't touch you. Oh, I like this. The way you communicate is very understandable and reaches deep. I'm so happy to hear that. That's a really nice compliment. Thank you so much. The 60-day challenge, you start anytime. Yes, you're supposed to start with today's challenge, but what will happen, you'll catch up with all of the other challenges. I don't know why this happened. We noticed this about 2.5 months ago. Everybody knew was starting to manifest the previous challenges. It was just strange. Oh, thank you, guys. Okay. If there is no more questions, if there is any other questions, put them on the Facebook group or email them to me. And if they are of benefit to the group, I'll take them up on the live tomorrow. I'm live at the same time all the time. Okay. I'm live on Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget about the fast on Wednesday if you want to participate. Let's put our hands together for the 369 tapping. If you guys don't know me, 369, I tap, I am the winner. We have a lot of lottery wins in this group. If you don't want to participate, this is the end of the live. I'll see you tomorrow. So let's get going. Put your hands together, eyes open. I am a winner. 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 I am a winner.